We certainly saw that YouTube and video have had a big impact because the candidates could have this direct voice to the public. They could set the agenda themselves. They could put up a 30-minute video, and enough people would watch it that it would have an impact. So that's important. Certainly the organization that Obama has done and Facebook and his own site has been very important. Certainly the money is very important. You know, I wonder whether there's something bigger going on. We'll have to wait, some decade or two to find out. Where I think, I tend to be a triumphalist about this, but I think maybe we're seeing the beginning of a feeling of empowerment from the people. The BBC called me 2 weeks ago, and they were looking at the protest over the bailout bill. And they thought it'd be one blog or two blogs who were doing this. They really couldn't find that string. What they found was that a whole bunch of people organized very quickly and called their congressman. And there's an ability to do that now. There's a feeling that we can do that now. We can organize ourselves. It's Clay Shirky's book, Here Comes Everybody. You can organize without organizations. And I think that's the bigger story of what's happening here, but it's too soon to know for sure.
You know, Jeff, despite all the excitement about online video, it seems that I don't know, I'm not sure, do you think any of the mainstream media, this is a sort of a loaded question, have sort of figured out how to do video effectively, or have any, or what's your take? I mean, there's a lot of video coming up and clips, and the way that Huffington Post grabs stuff and spreads around YouTube, but in terms of the what I would say conventional media, is there much going on in terms of effective web video?
I think they're still trying to make a big mistake, and that's imitate old-time TV.
Yeah.
And they're trying to do stand-ups, and they're trying to do B-roll, and they're trying to do establishing shots, and they're doing all this stuff just because TV did it. There's no reason to. And I think we haven't gotten to the point yet where we're reinventing TV and video. Now, some folks online don't want to call themselves television. I say that they should, but they should look at it as the next generation of TV. And Michael Rosenblum does a great job of teaching video journalists, one-man bands with a small camera, do what you do. And they can tell great stories without the cliches of TV. And I introduced him to the Star-Ledger in New Jersey, and they did some great work of teaching newspaper hacks how to make video and how to make a show in a different way. That, I think, will spread, where we'll see people try to reinvent what video can be. The other thing I tell my students at CUNY, where I teach journalism, is that when we go out with a video camera, we think, I've got to make a video story. Not necessarily. Maybe you're taking a picture that moves and talks, and maybe it's 10 seconds in the middle of text to illustrate something really well. Our use of video is too hemmed in by the conventions and traditions and orthodoxy of TV. And I think when we start breaking that up, which happens in YouTube because people start doing video in new ways, because they're not from big media. And they see this new tool, and they get a flip camera, or they get a simple tool that allows them to edit online, and they can do video in wholly new ways. That will lead the way, and I think in 4 years from now we'll see utterly different video online.
And last question about the whole live business. There's been a lot of talk. You've streamed live with your Nokia. Is it a gimmick or is it for real?
So far it's a gimmick, but so were blogs at the beginning. They were just a gimmick. So were all these tools just a gimmick. And I think right now what's really happening is that we're recognizing how to play with the tool. And when the next big, huge news story happens and witnesses are there able to share what they witness at the moment, that's when it starts to change news.